Hey everybody, it's Sophie and Marco, Dish Out on the Movies. I hope you had a nice weekend. It was a little long and drawn out in the cooking department and the hot weather for us. So today it's back to Fallout, and here we go. If I can get out from here. And I'll go under. What are you doing?
Okay, so let's start the game. Sophie, you ready to play?
No, I'm not.
Why?
Oh, come on, Marco.
Come on, what? Okay, I have to play now. Ah!
Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah. Sophie, where are you going? You're running away to another country?
I gotta get a Kleenex. Is that okay? Or oh no, I got a paper towel.
I don't know.
And if anybody's interested, what we had for Labor Day weekend was pulled pork. Pulled pork, potato salad, baked beans, corn on the cob, and banana cream or banana pudding pie. It's something like, if you go to, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of City Barbecue. They have like a banana pudding dessert that they serve. It's something like that. It has vanilla wafers and pudding, vanilla pudding, and whipped cream, and bananas, of course.
Look what happened again, guys, that for some reason the PS4 continues to eject games.
Really?
Even though they're not being ejected. Look at that. It's oh, what's going on here? Oh. Weird.
Here, I'll let you play that. I'll get something to blow my nose.
So I was just planning on doing this mission where I have to remember where I had to go to that camp and try to save the captives. I'm trying to do that, and we spawned in an area where there were already these Legion guys, so that's pretty funny. They're all not even attacking me though, they're just attacking because I haven't ever attacked them yet. But my companion is, so they're all just attacking him. It's pretty funny. See? Like, he's not doing anything to me because I never did. Oh, now it... So, Sophie, would you like to talk more about...
Yeah, I would like to know, was that you? And what kind of outfit was that?
Sophie, that's my companion, remember?
Oh, I thought that was you. The way they did the music or whatever. They play this death music. It's like a one-line...
Oh, God, look at this. Sophie, you see that?
Is that the rocket?
There's a person... and he is floating in the air. Oh, he just fell down to Earth. Who is that?
Did he have a parachute?
Whoa! It's the NCR.
What was that all about?
That was random, right, Sophie?
I've never seen that before.
He just falls out of the sky. It should have been like...
Well, I thought at least he'd have a parachute with him, because we saw something that looked like an airplane. So I thought, is somebody parachuting out of the airplane?
Yeah.
There wasn't anything to indicate that, though, at all. He didn't have any parachute at all on him.
So I want to see if I can complete this mission. This was like an infamous thing that we tried to do, and I couldn't do it before. We're going to try again for fun. And see that the system is still, for some reason, it thinks that I'm ejecting something. And so the disc player is continuing to want to eject something out. I have no idea why it's doing that, but yeah. So let's try this. And Sophie, would you like to talk more about REAGAN?
Marco watched the new movie REAGAN, and he was shocked or dismayed or disappointed I don't know how to describe his uh, feeling about it. I think he's already done the review, but he's surprised that it was kind of like politically, so political.
The way that they advertised it, they said, uh-oh, the brownies are done. So go get those out of the oven. We don't want them to be overdone like the last batch were. But yeah, this Reagan movie, I'll turn this volume kind of down now. The Reagan movie, the way that they advertised it like it would be this really positive movie. It would be really inspirational. And I thought like, oh, this is kind of cool, like an apolitical kind of just like, you know, like a biography movie. But no, it was completely political from beginning all the way to the end.
Well, it was also I don't know what you want to call it. It's not exactly disinformation, it's more like propaganda.
Yeah.
Marco's always talking about propaganda. I listen to propaganda, blah, blah, blah. But this is a real example of what propaganda can look like. And actually, that's a shame.
Yeah, because I thought I was expecting like an apolitical, just look on his life, and instead of that, it was just like this weirdo movie. And what made it really weird was the fact that like, okay, we're in trouble. We're probably gonna have to start over. This is not good.
Why? You didn't save it?
Yeah. See, this is what happens when I do commentary and Safi doesn't do anything.
I was getting the brownies out of the oven. In fact, I'm going to show it. Show the pan.
It's really weird because throughout the entire movie, there's never an actual scene in the whole movie. Every single scene in the movie is cut short to where the movie is basically like a scrapbook.
Here's the brownies. Now, they can't be iced, of course, until it cools off, okay? So that's what I was doing.
It's like a scrapbook of a movie. And, you know, you have all the conservative actors that don't get any work anymore. You know, all the D-list actors. You got that Hercules guy.
Oh, God. Are you kidding me?
He plays a reverend for Reagan as a child, which is just really cringeworthy and gay.
That is weird.
And, I mean, the whole movie's really gay. Like, the whole movie, he hardly ever, like, has any relationship with his wife. It's mostly just focused on, like, his relationships with men. And I kind of felt like, you know, he was really gay. He's probably, like, the gayest president of all time.
No, I
because,
told
like,
Marco Reagan wasn't gay. I didn't
yeah, he's
like
gay.
Reagan, but he's not gay. No,
Yeah, he was. He was gay.
Really? Did you look that up? Because
I don't need to.
Marco was not gay.
There is a rumored sex tape of him and a man, actually.
I don't believe it.
Just like people say that a certain president's wife is a man, there is a rumor of Reagan having a gay sex tape, and it was used to blackmail him. And
well, a rumor is a rumor.
I would believe it.
Is a fact.
I would believe it after this movie, like the way
You
that.
just told me this movie is biased. You can tell.
But it's gay, and you know, conservatives are so stupid that they don't even realize that it's gay at all. But like the whole movie, they just hyper fixate on like there's the John Voight character. In the whole movie, they have these flashbacks of him as a younger guy, and they actually put younger like makeup on him. It looks really cringeworthy and stupid. And
I told Marco that I think he's in his 70s. He has to be a lot older. He was in that Vietnam movie a million years ago.
Every single scene with him in it, all he does is just stare at Reagan like he's gay for him. Like he just stares at him with lustful eyes, like he's checking him out, and like, see, the conservative filmmakers, they want you to think that he's like admiring him, or maybe he's like afraid of him or something, but it just comes off like he's checking him out. It's really gay. And then he has this speechwriter who's named Dana, which is like a woman's name.
No, that's also a guy's name. I've seen it. There's a very famous comedian, I think. His first name is Dana. I can't remember. It's not somebody I was really
But regardless,
followed.
they hyperfixated on that. It really came off like Reagan was screwing him in the White House, because he's just so gay, and he's not manly or macho at all. There's nothing in the movie that he does that is macho or cool. Everything that he does in the movie, that he never faces any adversity in the movie either. I mean, he's basically like the male version of Daisy Ridley's character in Disney Star Wars.
He was shocked. They talk about that at all?
Well, they do, but it's just kind of like a thing that happens and then it just kind of goes away. It's kind of like, it's used as like a joke scene, because he's in the operating room, and this, I don't know if this is true or not, but he tells all the surgeons that he hopes they're Republicans before they operate on him.
I don't know. I never heard that before either. That doesn't mean it didn't happen, but I've never heard of that.
So that was like what they did with him getting shot, was like they used it as an opportunity to tell a joke. And yeah, it was just terrible.
He did have a sense of humor, and he did tell like jokes.
Well, I didn't really get that in the movie. Like, he never came off as like a real human person. He just came off as like the ideal of what they thought he was.
He sounds like it sounds like they didn't do a good job. He should be at least in between.
Another thing that was, yeah, and another thing that was really bad was the way that they portrayed protesters in the movie. They had this part where it might have been Vietnam protests at a college when he was governor of California, or no, that was too late for that, but like there was some protest going on, and they made the protesters look really bad, and they made them look like they were terrorists or something. And then Reagan scolds the head of the college, and he says, like, you know, they're your students, and you're telling them it's okay for them to break the law. And it's basically like the filmmakers comparing that to today with college students protesting the ongoing genocide in Palestine. And so they had that agenda in the movie. And there's this part where there's a silent protest going on in the college.
I don't remember him saying stuff like that either.
And Reagan walks by all the protesters and he shushes them like in a jokey way and makes all of them laugh. And it's like, I don't know what that was like. See, the movie was just so gay. Like, that was really gay of him to do, Safi.
I could see him doing that more than I could see him doing the other. That sounds like something that certain other right-wing people would say today. What you said before, the shushing. That is something that people would say. I can't even imagine who would say that. I'm sorry, I didn't like him. I didn't support him. I didn't vote for him. But he wasn't like that. He was more congenial.
Yeah, he never came off like that nice guy who was really good at negotiating. He just, I mean, he negotiated throughout the movie, but he never came off as a nice person at all. He came off as really gay. That's like the whole movie. It's like, wow, he was really gay.
I don't want to just drink soda.
They never talked about AIDS.
And that's, that was a big deal.
They basically
Drugs.
acted like it didn't happen. They just showed this montage of people, and they said some people didn't like Reagan, and that's all they
A lot
did.
of people didn't like Reagan.
That's all that they showed. They were like, some people didn't like Reagan. That was like their explanation for like the AIDS crisis and other stuff like that. Like they also didn't they didn't go into the war on drugs at all.
That was a big thing. Just say no, said Nancy.
They didn't go into that. They acted like that never happened. So it was basically just like a highlight reel of him doing all the major things that, that they act like that he never did anything wrong, but he did all these other great things, and they really treated him like isn't there something in the Bible that says you're not supposed to idolize people or something like?
Oh my God! Are you serious?
What?
That's what Trump has. A bunch of idolizers.
But
Don't worship false idols.
Well-
Beware of false idols.
well, the whole movie
That's
they're
the Old Testament.
well the whole movie they're idolizing Reagan.
Yeah,
and-
they did. They were like that, but not like Trump.
They don't
Not
treat
the
him.
same thing.
They don't treat him like he's a real human person. They treat him like he's just a godly figure who did everything right and just is really gay. It's just fucking gay.
Okay, stop doing
Why
that.
is it so gay? Like,
I don't know, why do you keep saying that?
because it's just fucking bad. It's like nobody wants to go see a gay movie like that. Like, there's already enough gay movies. They got like Disney Star Wars and shit. That's all gay. So why does Reagan need to be gay too? Like, he never really spends time with his wife in the movie. Like, hardly at all. She's basically there as like an inhuman, like, background character. She doesn't have a character of her own. She never really does anything of worth outside of serving him. You like that, Safi?
Well, I'm going to look up a couple of these things. I'm going to look up the name of that Vietnam movie with John Voight, and another person who was in it was Bruce Dern. And I think Jane Fonda was in it. So, I have a mistake in one of my apps. I just caught it. And as our other house, we haven't lived in the other house for 2 years. Anyway, let's look up the movie and we'll see if anybody out there has seen it. And it was a pretty good movie, and it was sad. And also explicit, so an underlying explicitness, I'll put. Okay, so that's the inbox. Okay, look up John Voight movies about Vietnam. John Voight. Vietnam movie. Where is it? It is Coming Home.
The movie doesn't even really have any black or Asian people or Hispanic people. That was another weird thing. Was it felt like a movie that was made in the segregation era, because like there was basically just only like white people in the movie. And so like that was another weird thing. It was like at the very end you had all these men and they were watching Ronald Reagan riding a horse for the last time, and it looked like a perfume commercial or something, and all these grown men were crying like little girls.
Sounds like a.
And all of them were white. They're only white men who are his security guards. And it just came off like, wow, like, this movie, like, that's another thing, is it's like, conservatives had the chance with this movie to say, like, look, Hollywood, we can make movies too. And instead, they made this, like, all-white movie that just sucked. And I don't understand why it was all white, though. Like, why?
The movie sounds like everything that happened is what everybody says about them today. And I don't know.
Well, I mean, they didn't even have, like, a token black guy, a token woman, a token Asian. They didn't have anyone. It was just white people in the whole movie. And I was just like, that's really weird. Like, you'd think that they'd at least have, like, a token person for each race or something, so that they could deflect from what people call them all the time, which is racist.
And misogynist.
But they don't. It's just all white people in the movie. So I was kind of like, wow, they suck at making movies. They can't make a real movie if they tried. And they did try, and it sucked. The way that they advertised it, they said it was going to be apolitical, and it was going to be inspirational and positive and hopeful, and it wasn't any of those things. It was just complete political propaganda.
Okay, well, the movie that I was talking about with John Boyd, it came out in 1978. It was called Coming Home, and he actually won the Academy Award for Best Actor, and Jane Fonda won for Best Actress, and then Bruce Dern was in it, and it also won an Academy Award for Best Screenplay. So I just thought you'd like to know. I mean, so I do know him from, doing a really good job in this movie, and so it's too bad that he's sunk to this level of, what would you call it, mediocrity, sounds like. So.
Well, I don't like watching movies with him in it.
Why?
Well, I mean new movies with him in it.
Oh.
Because if he's in it, then that means it's probably a Christian propaganda movie or a political propaganda movie. And I don't like propaganda, so...
Well, that Tammy Faye Baker movie, that was pretty good.
That was propaganda.
You think so? Not like this?
Because the whole movie was basically showing that
Well, that was pretty good.
even though she did terrible things, she was pro-gay people. That's basically what the whole movie was like, talking about how she was like a pro-gay icon, and she was such a good person even though she was horrible too. It's one of those movies where, like, you have a couple and both people are equally as bad, but they try to make it look like the woman didn't do anything wrong.
No, she
and
did wrong things too.
It was just the man who did everything wrong. And they do this with serial killer couples especially. You see the woman in the serial couple, and she'll talk about the man and everything wrong that he did.
Well, Marco, he went to prison.
And they'll let her off. Yeah, and that's what they did. and they'll let her off even though she deserves punishment too, and then they'll blame everything on the man. And that's exactly what that movie was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, but I mean, just I haven't seen the Reagan movie yet, but I have seen the other movie. I thought it was pretty good because for years, this is before Mark was born. They had Tammy Faye Baker and her husband were on TV constantly, like on the weekend, and they would show them, and just like what they showed in the movie, the singing and, asking for money constantly. They were like, it was like, watching a show or the news or something that's on all the time. And of course, they didn't take breaks. They were on constantly for years. So, I was totally turned off by it. I wouldn't give them a dime. Nobody in my family would have given them a dime. And it was interesting, I thought, to hear the backstory. Because we did hear when they got in trouble about their, I don't know, didn't they have gold-plated fixtures in the bathroom or something? And that sounds familiar. And, how they fleeced all their people, donators, is that the correct word? So we heard that for years. We heard that when it all came out. And didn't know about some of this other detail they brought out. But I thought the girl did a really good job. Well, it was, what's her name?
I don't know why we're talking about this movie, but anyways.
I know, but it's just, we're talking about that because you're talking about Reagan and you think it's as bad as the Reagan movie. The Reagan movie sounds very substandard.
No, I said that I don't like watching John Voight in movies now because if he's in a movie, it indicates it's probably Christian propaganda or political propaganda. And so...
I didn't know he was making any movies. I didn't know they were making this movie. Well, I may have heard a little bit.
Another thing that was really cringeworthy was that how he I guess he was in some beer commercials too.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like they showed this part of the movie where Nancy Reagan comes and watches him film these commercials, and they frame it as like he's doing something really bad. So there's this part where he's on the stage with these dancing girls, and they barely have any clothes on, and they show Nancy, and she's giving this like disapproving face, like God wouldn't approve of this, and just really cringeworthy, like old-fashioned stuff like that. And then there's this part where he goes backstage. He goes backstage to smoke a cigarette with the chorus girls, and they turn this red light on the screen, as if like they're saying that like, ooh, he's doing something bad now.
Really?
Because we're putting red light on the screen. And apparently he says this in the movie, and that's another thing too, is that like a lot of the stuff in the movie, it's just like a one and done thing. It's like how he liked to see what jelly beans people would pick out. He only does that once in the whole movie. And he only mentions once that he used jelly beans to quit smoking. Like, there's never any other part in the movie where it, like, shows his addiction to smoking and him, like, consciously stopping smoking. It's just like a line, just one line near the end of the movie. So that was funny.
Hmm. Well, there's Dana Carvey. That's a guy.
Sophie, are you paying attention to the game? No, you're not.
You're playing the game.
You gotta
Okay,
pay
I'm gonna
attention.
look at the game. I was looking up all these people. Oh, Bill Dana. That's what I was thinking, not the public union. His first name isn't Dana, it's Bill. Okay, I'm gonna get up here. I'm not gonna look up anymore. I'm gonna have to though, because Mark was saying all this stuff. I've never heard of any of it. And I feel like I would know. And I don't believe it. But you never know. But he's not, I really do not believe that Reagan was gay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was.
I don't believe it. Not
Yeah,
for
it
1
was.
minute. I've never heard that in my life. I've been finding out about all these other people from Hollywood. The people who smoked a lot, like Betty Davis. That's just one example. Then you have people actors who people didn't like working with the most. They have all these YouTube movies, videos about things like that. So we also every day is posted. It's a little quiz about the Andy Griffith Show, and they ask you some kind of little. It's like an Andy Griffith trivia. And Marco and I have seen all of the Andy Griffith episodes, everything except for some of the ones from the last show that was made about Mayberry, and because they haven't been available to see, so we can't see them even if we wanted to because they're not available. But anyway, there's all kinds of stuff like that on YouTube, and I've been watching things about White Christmas, videos about the people in it, the music, the dancing, the costumes, some backstories, and just all kinds of stuff. So anyway, with all that, I've never seen anything about Reagan being gay, ever. And they talk about actors who were really gay, etc. So, never heard of that one. So anyway, Marco, where is he? He looks like he's in that rocket place again.
No, Sophie, you're not paying attention.
Okay, well, I'm gonna look now. I was looking things up, and I also found out I did something wrong on well, it's still in there incorrectly, and I gotta fix that. Wow. Is this a dust storm? I've not seen that either. And that's not surprising. This is supposed to be out west, and they have those, what do you call it? Of course, I thought that was just in California. Wow. You can hardly see. Wow, you could step on anything or run into anybody in that kind of muck. Weird music too. It sounds like jazz.
Alright, I think we're heading to Black Mountain. This was the mountain where Sophie quit and she thought she wasn't going to do her commentary anymore.
Was that the one where I was trying to find the tunnel?
She's trying to bitch you out now. This is the one with all the,
Arrays.
Oh God, these guys, oh God!
What the heck?
Oh!
I haven't seen those those either.
These things are bizarre. Oh God, there's 4 of them. Oh God. Oh, look, Sophie, it looks like you.
Are they mutants?
Just shoot it.
They look like land octopus.
They have human faces, Sophie. Why do they have human faces?
Land octopi.
Oh God, it came up to me. Oh. See, if you saw these things in the apocalypse, it wouldn't matter. Like if it was like a nice creature or something. If you saw something like this in the apocalypse, you would shoot it.
Well, what do they call?
They're centaurs.
Huh. Weird. Okay, you've been on 36 minutes and 7 seconds.
Remember, Sophie, this is where the Nightkins are, remember?
Oh.
Remember how long that took?
And those are really hard to kill.
Yeah.
These didn't seem as bad as those.
Get ready. Because you're gonna do it.
I can't do it.
You're
I
gonna
wouldn't
do
even
it.
be able to get one.
You're gonna kill them all.
Yeah, right. Mark was just kidding. I didn't know that wouldn't happen. Sounds like, or it looks like Mark would just say, that's good. We finally learned to save every little thing. It's kind of like when you're riding, which I've done in the past, you have to save often.
This is a dangerous place here, especially for your kind. I suggest you turn back. There's nothing good waiting for you further on.
I don't know if I remember that guy or not.
There is a deranged female Nightkin who has taken over the mountain. And she's scary, and yeah.
And you still have your companion and your robot, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's companion too. I don't know why they call it deranged, because I think they're all deranged.
No.
Why? They're all weird and they all attack and they don't seem to care about anything. So, to me, that's deranged. He doesn't have any armor on? He's going on around without a shirt?
This mountain is full of radiation. So I have to put on a radiation suit to be able to deal with these people. Oh, this place, like, because the radiation will just keep increasing until, uh-oh. Look at that, Sophie.
There's the radiation suit.
Back to familiar territory, right? This is where we left off before you bitched out.
Bitch out?
Before you Reaganed out.
Oh, please.
That's what you call something when you screw it up. You Reagan it out.
I've never heard of that either.
Because it's like the movie was so bad. It's like, that means that, you know, it's a screw up. Everyone involved with that movie, they're a bunch of screw ups.
What are they going to say? Oh, people are saying it isn't good because they're biased towards right-wing people, or they're biased against Reagan, or they're biased against Republicans. Is that what they're going to say?
Well, see,
I mean, that's just, for you especially, that's asinine.
I thought that the movie would be good regardless. But it was actually even worse than I ever thought it would be. It doesn't help that the internet is lagging now.
got the lagging time. That's what we call it. Between 5 and almost 7 o'clock, I would say. Don't you think? Or is it even earlier? 4:30 and 7?
I don't know.
Let me see if the mail's coming.
I Reaganed out again. Yeah, check to see if my wig can.
This is a dangerous place.
Let's see.
Oh, look, Safi! The internet quality is so bad the game's gonna close.
Oh,
They're doing that now.
maybe you should just stop.
Fuck that.
Nope. Mail isn't coming yet. And I'm really worried because the clubhouse, where packages have to come because they can't fit. We get our mail in like a kiosk near the trash area, actually. We have to take all of our trash down to this place that puts it into cubes and takes it away. And next to it is this big kiosk for everybody in the area around here to get their mail.
Yeah, the mail people are really Reaganing out.
And it's after a holiday.
They're
this
ray
always
gunning.
happens.
They're Ray
They
gunning.
get here late.
Safi,
And
you
they
know
could
what?
not, the package, Marco had a package, a
Yeah.
wig for his movie. It came, but they couldn't deliver it because they'd have to take it into the clubhouse. They take all packages that don't fit into the kiosk and they take them into the clubhouse, and then they put them on shelves and they put their people last names, so ours would be, oh, I don't know if you know that, I won't put it, but anyway, they put everybody's last names on the packages, and you go and pick it up, and it closes.
They went there.
It closes on the weekend. It wasn't open for Labor Day, and the mail is not coming.
They
yet.
went there at 9 a.m. on Saturday, and they weren't there.
And they weren't there. They're not open on Saturday. They used to be open.
So I'm just going to play a little bit of the Star Wars game, which Safi might like to see.
I would like to see it.
I'm going to do that for the rest of the time because for fun, since I've been talking about it for a long time, I don't want to record the gameplay. Okay.
So anyway, it is now our time. We're on Eastern time. It's 5:19, and the mail has not come yet. And the clubhouse closes at 6. So what's going to happen is if they get here past 6, which they've done, that package will be able to be delivered again. But I know we won't be the only ones. Because every holiday this happens. They have so much mail that it takes them longer, of course, to distribute it out to all of their customers. And they're late. Haven't you seen them here like at 8 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really late. And where we used to live, it rarely happened that she would bring, we had a woman who'd been there for a long time. She was probably close to retirement. She would put her mail, leave it on the front porch, and yeah, you might think, it could get stolen, but we were out at the edge of the suburbs, so it was kind of like partly living out in the country. So we were on a very busy street. It was very dangerous, and so nobody was going to stop and steal anything. And she would also open the door and stick it in the door so you wouldn't see it. She's very nice. So anyway, we just don't have that here. So that's the story. I hope they get here before 6. Because the people who bought the wig from, they might say, oh, well, we can't deliver the package. I hope that doesn't happen.
Get ready, Safi. Get ready.
I've got to get some water.
I have to hunt down Luke Skywalker. I'm on the Empire side. I kind of like this game. Oh, look, there he is. There he is. Fuck you, Luke Skywalker. You run away, bitch. You little bitch. Can't handle facing evil, so you run away like a little bitch.
Actually, I don't remember him running away from any fight, ever. Except that movie we just watched where he just...
Yeah. Remember
He
that,
did run
Soppy?
away. He did the thing where he makes a holographic image of himself and he's somewhere else. Now, and he threw with Daisy Ridley. That's the actress. I just call her that instead of her on-screen name. When she brings him the lightsaber, it's his lightsaber. It's not hers.
See, I just got a grenade at him.
He tosses it away.
No, he got hit by it. That was cool.
Well, no, I'm talking about the movie that we
Oh,
watched.
yeah, he tosses his lightsaber like he doesn't want it anymore.
In fact, that's like it comes at the end of the movie, right?
No, that was the beginning of the movie, Safi, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Safi, how would you... Let's do this, Safi. This will be fun. You're not gonna... Safi, how would you rate Daisy Ridley on a scale from 1 to 10? Huh?
I don't know. She's okay. She's better than the other girl.
What other girl? Uh-oh, no!
The other girl in the other movie.
What movie?
The one that you said she's
The
a
ugly
Karen
girl?
or-
The ugly girl?
No, not the Chinese
The
girl.
diversity quota girl?
No, I quit saying that.
That's what she
racist.
was.
No.
Oh, look, we killed him, finally.
That's terrible.
So I don't like this kind of game. This game mode is called Hero Hunt, where there's just one hero, and all these other people have to hunt him down. I don't want to do that anymore. So that kind of sucks. What I should do, I'll take you over to the other account where I played the game a lot. No, actually I won't.
Well, maybe you should just end.
No.
Well, you have, it's 48 minutes now. So you have like 12 minutes left.
You wanted to say anything else about Reagan, Safi?
I get to see the movie,
Why not?
but Marco, I think he was somewhat disappointed. Because he was expecting better. And really, that's not, that shouldn't be unexpected. When you watch a movie, when you're waiting to see a movie and you have an maybe you shouldn't have any expectations from any movie now. Because I hope the Beetlejuice movie that's coming out in a few days, I hope that's good. It's worrisome because it's really being hyped. A lot of major brands have made Beetlejuice related commercials surrounding their brands. I mean, a lot of all kinds of things. And to me, that seems like they think it's going to be big. So they want to get their advertising connected to the movie. And it makes me nervous because there just hasn't been any movie that's been out very rarely that's been good enough to have that kind of good expectation. What was that movie that came out? What is it? I just watched 2 of them.
Toy
No.
Story.
No, not that one. The one before.
You watched Toy Story.
Deadpool. The Deadpool movie that came out recently. Apparently, that was a really good movie. But that's very rare.
Yeah, you know, from the way that Safi talks, by the way, a lot of you guys would be surprised to hear that she's a reviewer on this channel too. Because she doesn't really review anything.
I review some things, but I'm not.
She just-
I'm not. That is not.
She
I
just,
have a business.
No, that's not an excuse.
resell-
You didn't do anything yesterday. You bitched out of watching Reagan. You Reaganed out of watching Reagan. Ow! You Reaganed out of watching Reagan, Safi.
Marco,
You should have suffered through it too.
no.
Yeah.
I have enough. I listen enough. I just watch some conservative BS. And I won't talk. I'll just say it was about the Arlington incident. I won't say anything else.
But you should have watched it.
And I'm just about ready to get my fist and ram it through my phone. Because I don't watch TV really. I just watch my phone. Because I have everything connected onto it. All the Hulu, Netflix, everything is connected onto my phone. So I just watch stuff like before I go to bed. I have listen to all my books. Watch YouTube videos, everything. I do everything on my phone.
Okay, this is the blaster. Oh, I joined the game right when it ended. Isn't that fun? It's a draw, and I joined it right when it was over. See, this is why when you make when you make any game, a multiplayer game, this is the kind of shit you have to deal with. If there was a single-player Star Wars story in this game, then we could have already been doing that right now.
So what are you saying? Like you can't do anything until a bunch of people join?
No, the game is over, so now I have to wait for a new game to
That's what
play.
I'm saying. Well, I don't think we have time for that. We have less than 8 minutes.
This is what multiplayer games are like. Isn't that fun?
Well, I have the same thing. I play a solitaire game.
Look, you get to sit there and watch a loading screen. Isn't that fun?
And you can join the game, and they just don't. I guess they have a quota of a certain amount of people to play the game for it to be competitive. And so you may have played, and they keep your score, and then they wait for all these other scores to come in that equal to the number of people they want to participate, and which I have no idea how many they want on the average. So you're sitting around waiting to see if you won or not. I'm sorry I'm coughing. I just have these terrible allergies. And it's constantly draining down the back of my throat. And it's miserable. Looks like Marco's playing. Let's see. So what are you now? Are you the same bad guy? Okay, he's really focused. Okay, what's going on?
Oh! I threw a grenade instead of shooting him. Stupid. This is called cargo. I guess it's like capture the flag, but a little bit less gay.
Stop saying that. It's stupid.
that's another thing too.
It's like one ran right past you.
In a lot of these multiplayer games, over time, you have these people who they've played the game for a long period of time, and they've gotten like the top level and everything because they don't have anything else to do, and so it makes it practically impossible for new people to play because you just go on there with all these people who have all this experience that that you don't have.
Yes, but the skill that you have to play, aren't all the games like, there are bits and pieces of them that are like others, where the experience you've had, you have garnered from other.
But they have better gear. They have see what happened. Oh, somebody set up a turret.
Oh.
Things like that. It makes it a lot less fun to play because it doesn't feel equal, and it doesn't feel like there's you're playing a fun game. It feels like trash.
And Marco's he has to finish up and ice the brownies if they're ready, so we can cover them up. Later on, I'll put them in the fridge.
I got the cargo.
What do you do with it?
Oh no, no!
So, in a multiplayer game, you don't save,
No, Sape. You just respawn over and over. It's a small map, so this is capture the flag, but a little less gay. Right, Sape?
Why do you keep saying that? That's stupid.
Because it's true.
That's dumb. We have a couple more minutes. Just finish this up.
That was fucked up. Oh, that was close. Did you see that?
Nope. Does that mean close good or close bad?
Close bad.
Oh.
That's another thing about these multiplayer games is you just get killed over and over and over again. That's like the experience. Like you run onto the battlefield, you just get killed. And you do it again, you get killed. See that? I think I almost just killed myself there.
Why don't you stop now?
No.
Time's about up. $5:36.
Okay, now I'm going to do 10 more minutes because Safi keeps talking.
Well, I'm talking about the mail. The mail's not here.
No, you're not.
I just got a ding, and I thought maybe they had to do with the mail. Now, isn't that funny? Marco just complained that I don't talk. Marco's complained that I don't talk, but now he's mad that I was talking. Isn't that funny?
Because repeatedly telling someone to stop playing a game while they're doing a game commentary is fucking retarded.
Okay, well, oh, there you go with that, too. Oh, boy. Okay, well, I'm going to say another word.
Safi, why aren't you talking?
Because you told me not to.
Safi.
So I don't know if this would be as fun a game as the other one. I don't know. I guess if you wanted to play quick and dirty and play
I don't
quick-
like this game, actually. I changed my mind.
Do you like it?
I don't like this game.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't see.
There's nothing fun about this game. I mean, you see the experience that I'm having here. I mean, what's fun about this game?
That's what I was gonna say.
You're playing Star Wars? Like, that's about it.
It's quick and dirty, and it's like it's
You
so
just-
fast. You have to be so fast.
You just get killed over and over again.
Yeah, you can't really enjoy it.
No. But that's what I said about multiplayer games, is that there's so many people in this game now. They have so much more experience. They're at such a higher level that it's like impossible to have an equal playing field. It's so unenjoyable.
Yeah.
Like you see here, I just spawned and I immediately get killed. Like, wow, that's so fun.
So when you say there's so many people, how many people are you talking about? 20?
6.
But still, I don't think that matters. I just think it's the kind of game that it is. You just play it really fast.
Oh look, I spawned again and I'm gonna get killed again. Isn't that fun?
It's almost like it's a game within. You sure it's not a game within a game?
What?
In other words, you have a larger game. It takes longer, and this is like a short episode.
No. This is the game, Safi.
Really?
This is the game. Oh look, someone quit. My partner quit. Because they're not having fun. Because it's a stupid game. See that? In this game, I don't like it. And it's not because I don't like losing. It's because it's not fun. Like, nothing that happened there was fun. So, I'm going to find another game to download. Even the Saints Row reboot was better. You remember how bad that was. Remember that?
Okay, should I sign off now?
Yeah.
So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and become one of our subscribers. We've hit the 600 mark, and we're looking for more.
Is that what you have to say, Safi, about it?
Sure.
Is that what you say?
And that's it. So goodbye, everybody.
You don't say thank you or anything?
Thank you for all of your 600 subscribers subscribing to our channel, and thank you for watching. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye!